I'm here with Jim Krieg, the screenwriter on LEGO Justice League Cosmic Clash. And you have a new villain coming into this one. You have Brainiac, and plays multiple roles throughout the movie.
So he comes from a planet of identical Brainiacs. Everyone on the planet is a Brainiac, and Phil Lamar plays him just slightly different at each incarnation. Brainiac 1.2 and Brainiac 1.3, and it's his world is a terrible place to live because there's a lot of jockeying to be Brainiac number one.
Right.
And it's funny, but when Lego came to Warner Brothers Animation and they brought all these models, they built them especially to do, they're all one of a kind at this point. They were all prototypes.
Yeah.
And it was a long meeting because we just wanted to play with the toys. That's the impulse, is like, oh, I've never seen this before. And the one, we were all attracted to that Brainiac ship, which is a skull with tentacles under it, and they built this thing from scratch.
Yes.
And we all wanted to play with that, and it was just a matter of time before we were going to do that as a movie. And
Everyone
here we
becomes
are.
kids in the room all of a sudden.
No, oh no, that takes no time whatsoever.
You've worked on some more adult properties. You have Flashpoint Paradox that you've worked on.
Yes, that Flash is very different from this Flash.
A little bit. And I'm curious, how do you adjust as a writer when you're going from something that has a more adult tone to something to where you can work in the more humor and kind of get in the mentality of a kid to make what's going to be funny for them?
I think one of the things I really like about my job is that it is not the same thing over and over and over again. That even though I do a lot of work in this superhero realm and in kids stuff, that there are a lot of gradations of tone. So it's refreshing to do a super serious project and then switch over to a light comedy. If you had to go from serious to serious, I think it would be really challenging if you have a short attention span like I do, which also lends itself well to playing with Lego.
Sure.
You have enough attention to put it together, and then you forget about it and just play.
And one of the things that I like so much about the Lego movies is, like, I'll sit down and watch it with my 5-year-old niece and nephew, and they think it's hysterical. They love the slapstick. I'm enjoying the references and the meta jokes because Lego is very meta. Is there a balance that you're striving for when you're creating to put enough in for adults versus what the kids are going to like?
Yes, we talk about that all the time. I put in jokes that maybe are reference jokes just for a small percentage of the audience, and sometimes they stay in and sometimes they don't. There's just I guess my technique is I put in as many as possible, knowing that most are going to drop out.
Okay.
Because the thing will always run long anyway. But that's part of the fun. I think that's part of the Warner Brothers tradition that you as a tiny little kid you can laugh at Bugs Bunny for his antics, and but as you get older you realize, he's referencing all this stuff. I remember thinking, wow, he took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. What's Albuquerque? But I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was a joke and that they weren't pandering to me.
Sure.
So that's what I hope these come off like.
When you're creating a story that takes place in a larger kind of overarching thing, like the movies before definitely have an impact on this one, and I imagine there's going to be movies after within the same universe as well. I imagine. How do you work with those pieces that you already have and then still try to make the cohesive movie stand alone on its own? Well,
it's funny because to us these characters are real, and it isn't just Batman and it isn't just Superman. It's Lego Batman and it's Lego Superman and Lego Wonder Woman, and they're kind of real to us. And so we saw Bats and Superman meet in one, and their relationship. So we know exactly where their relationship is in each movie. But I think that within the first couple scenes of any movie, we'll understand what their relationship is, whether you've seen it before or not. I think that's just, you do that automatically. This is where they are. So it isn't like a soap opera. It isn't like you're dropped in and you're going to be confused. But you can't help but write it based on the stuff you know before and what their relationship is.
Is there any character, without saying that one is particularly your favorite or not, is there one that you enjoy writing for more than another?
Do you know what? The Supergirl is in this one. This is the first time that we've introduced. I think she's in the clip. I hope I'm not in Lego trouble. But Supergirl's in it, and she's really funny, and I really like her character. And I don't want to tell you what it's like, but she was great.
Well, I'm excited to see her. I'm excited to see the movie, and thank you for talking with us. We look forward to it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.